Alrighty, yoga time. Let's begin. We'll start in mountain pose. So just take your time as you come up to a standing position. We like to begin our practice here. Just standing near the top of your mat. And once you've made it here, perhaps take a few deep breaths. A nice full inhale to fill your lungs, open your heart, and exhale, releasing. And another full breath in. Exhale completely. Just getting reacquainted with your breath. So here, just continue with slow, steady breaths in and out. Just noticing that you are breathing. Noticing that you are breathing. Perhaps how your body is responding to each breath. What it feels like perhaps to inhale. What it feels like to exhale. What parts of your body are responding to the breath. That might simply be the rise and fall of your chest or your belly, maybe your shoulders, or other parts of your body. So just tune in, taking this journey inward, noticing. And by being here in stillness and silence, we can tune in more closely. So we start that connection here. And throughout our practice, we'll just deepen that connection, your connection to self. As you're breathing, still getting acquainted with your breath, feel free to add some movement. Just checking in with your body. How do you feel? Maybe a simple circle of your shoulders or movement of your head. Even yawn, opening your mouth. Just stretching the jaw muscles, your neck muscles, any other parts of your body. Your back, your hips, your knees, your ankles, your feet. Good. Slow, steady breaths. Let's take 3 more breaths. Taking these breaths now to prepare your body to move. Just stepping into our moving practice. And as you do move through the practice, just move in a way that feels good to you. Just continually listen to your body and respond appropriately. If you need to rest at any time, rest. If you need to modify any poses, modify. If you want to skip any poses, do so as well. Here we go. Let's move. We'll inhale, extend your arms into the air, big stretch, reaching to the ceiling. And the exhale will fold forward. So we're hinging at the hips. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Just slowly, carefully make your way down. Your hands might land on your knees, your shins, maybe your toes, maybe the ground. Inhale, slide your hands up to your shins. Only rise up halfway, so you're parallel to the floor. And exhale, just slowly slide back down to your forward fold. Now, you don't have to touch your toes here. You can always kind of walk back up the limbs, resting hands on shins or knees. Just land at a place that feels good to you at this moment. So you don't feel like you're overstretching right now. Just taking it easy. Really do ease into your practice. Ease into each pose. And while you're here, just notice what this feels like, what's happening in your body. That lengthening stretch sensation down your hamstrings, perhaps, down your back. 2 more breaths in the standing forward fold. We're going to carefully stand so you'll shift your weight into your heels, bend your knees to lower your hips like you're sitting down into a low chair. This should free up your hands, so maybe bring your hands to your thighs or even out to the side, and then stand up all the way, extending your arms into the air. Good. Then exhale, you can bring your palms together down to your heart or arms down to your side, just returning to mountain pose. Just hold for a moment, take a breath. That's our half salute to the sun. We're just going to repeat it. So when you're ready to move, inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Good effort, a little stretch quality here. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips, soft knees, carefully guiding your way down, partially or all the way. Inhale, rise up halfway, slide hands to shins, rise up so you're parallel to the ground. Exhale, slowly slide back down to your forward fold. And that same weight shift into your heels, bend your knees to lower your hips, start lifting upper body, then extend your arms out, then all the way up, reaching beyond the sky. Exhale, hands to heart or arms down to your side. Either one's correct. We'll just hold for a moment, just return to your breath. The breath giving you the ability to be here and to move through this practice. Continue, we'll just add on to our sequence, moving into our full sun salute. When you're ready to move, inhale, reaching into the air. Extended mountain pose. Exhale, swan dive forward, hinging at the hips. Again, soft knees to protect your back. Down towards toes. Inhale, rise up halfway. This exhale will fold, but bend your knees more so you can reach the ground. And then place your hands near the top of your mat. Walk or step. If you'd like, jump your feet to the back end of your mat and just align yourself so you are drawing a straight line in your body, creating plank pose. Hold here for a moment just to feel your own strength in the posture. You can even bring knees to the floor for plank pose. Take a breath in. Then exhale, bend your knees a little. Send your hips into the air. Keep knees soft as your hips float up towards the sky or towards the back of the room. Meanwhile, your head and chest are dipping between the arms, and you'll be in downward facing dog. Once you arrive, you might need to adjust your feet on your mat, maybe even your hands on your mat, just to help you settle into your pose. And once you're here, you can just hold in stillness, breathe with the sensations that are showing up. You can add movement here, like pedaling your feet to stretch your toes, your calves, or any other parts of your body. But if your hands or shoulders get fatigued, just come down to your knees so you can rest. Moving from here, take a full breath in, filling up your lungs. On your exhale, bend your knees, walk, step, or jump. Both feet return to the top of your mat. You'll be in forward fold. Take your time. Inhale, rise up halfway. Feel the top of your head lead you forward so you feel that full spinal extension. Exhale, melt back down, forward fold. Weight shift into the heels, bend your knees, lower your hips. We'll inhale and come all the way back up to standing. Reach high. We're going to keep it moving. On this exhale, take chair pose or a chair-like position, like you're sitting back and down into a chair. Good. Hold for a moment. Good energy, good balance in this posture. Yes. Breathe in. Well done. Exhale, dive out of your chair, back down towards toes, forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway. We'll call it monkey pose. Exhale, fold all the way down. Bend your knees, hands to the mat. Walk, step, or jump, feet back to plank pose. Another pause here in your strong plank position. First time we took a shortcut to down dog, you can do the same thing here, or with your exhale, finish your push-up. You can bring knees to the floor first to do that. Bend your elbows, lower your way down to Chaturanga Dandasana. And then a back bend. It could be a very low cobra like this, or locust, or all the way up to upward facing dog, or something in between. And then exhale, just tuck your toes, send your hips into the air with soft knees, and arrive in downward facing dog. Adjusting feet and hands. Settle in, take a breath, and we'll add on. Inhale and extend right leg up behind you. Let's reach and hold for a moment. Keep pressing hands firmly and strongly into the mat. Feel that the arms are straight and strong. Take another breath in. Moving on the exhale, a step right foot and have it land behind the right hand. Turn left heel to the floor. The whole foot's on the floor behind you. Be sure to shift your weight back into that foot so it feels like you're standing on 2 feet here. So you can easily free your hands, reach forward or out to the side and rise up. We'll be in Warrior One. So once you've made it to Warrior One, just settle in. We're just going to activate by reaching up a little higher, maybe a slight lunge. Let's actually relax the arms for a moment. Just bring them down, either just by your side or on your hips, just so we can start to activate kind of this hip flexor area on this left leg. Since it's extended back and the leg is outwardly turning, and your upper body is turning in the other direction, essentially, you might feel a little pull and stretch here. So we'll be working a little bit in this part of the body today. Let's take a breath in, reaching up, and exhale, we'll fold. Bring your hands back down to the floor. Rise up on your tiptoes behind you, so you're in this runner's lunge briefly. And then slide right foot back, plank pose. Again, you can take a shortcut to down dog or finish the push-up coming down to your belly. From here, taking a back bend of choice. And then meeting in downward facing dog. Once you're in down dog, just step into place. Take your time. When you're ready to move, inhale, extend left leg into the air. Again, we'll hold for a moment just so you can feel that full extension, getting longer, feel stronger. Hands press strongly into the ground as well. And next breath in. And exhale, stepping forward. Left foot landing behind left hand, right heel to the earth behind you. And your weight is kind of forward at first. That's why we want to put weight back in that back foot so you're balanced. So you can easily rise warrior one without any aggravation in the knee. Settle into the pose, adjust the feet. Good reach, good lunge. Just to arrive in the posture. Then go ahead and bring your arms down to your side or onto your hips. Kind of feel how that back leg is turning out a little bit. Upper body's lifting, turning forward. Any sensation here, maybe low belly, psoas area, right around the belt line, upper thigh. Then we'll inhale, reaching arms back up. Exhale, fold. Hands to the floor. Rise up onto tiptoes behind you. There's our runner's lunge. We'll be coming back to that later. And then slide left foot back, plank pose. And then choose the sequence that will get you to down dog. It might be different every time, and that's fine. Just meet in down dog. Take a breath here. Let's just do another lunge sequence. So let's repeat that. Inhale to extend right leg up. Moving right away. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat or behind right hand. Left heel turns to the floor. Shift weight back. Plant that back foot, light hands to rise up. And from here, open up to your left. Arms to parallel will be in warrior two. Again, you might need to adjust your feet just so you feel good in your pose, your legs, your joints. Feel good in your posture. Outstretched arms. Okay, we're going to take this right foot and just wiggle it forward a couple times. Very small movements, not much at all. And then lunge a little deeper. Yes, doesn't have to be much. And then side angle, reaching forward with the upper body. Angled upper body. We'll rotate the arms here. So it's the side angle. I typically don't go down too low. I brace my right arm against the right thigh. You can do the same. Or be up higher where your arm or hand is on your thigh. Or maybe you can reach the ground. Or maybe a block. Let's take a breath in. And exhale, we'll carefully turn. We'll fold, hands to the floor. Back to that runner's lunge. So just come up onto your tiptoes behind you. Plant hands strongly into the ground so you can slide this right foot back. Plank pose. And once again, just complete the series as you'd like. A shortcut to down dog or a variation of a Chaturanga Dandasana, taking your time, listening to your body, and then arriving in downward facing dog. Excellent, yes. Here we go, flowing. Inhale, extend left leg up and back. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat or behind left hand, right heel to the earth behind you. Root and connect and balance, then rise. Yes, rise up. Exhale, opening up to your right, arms to parallel. Fully arrive, adjust your feet so you have good balance. Yes. Then once you feel good here, wiggle the toes forward just a little bit, not much at all. And then just kind of sit into that posture, okay? Asana means, we say it means pose, and it does, but it means to sit, okay? So really to sit in your posture, to be here in your pose. Side angle, reaching out, angled upper body, rotate arms. Remember, it's okay to stay up high in your pose, or if you choose to go lower, take your time to get there. You don't have to touch the ground. You might use a block or even your thigh. Good. Just feel opened here. Feel good. Don't feel like you're pushing or forcing your body into this or any other position. Let's take a breath in. Exhale, we'll carefully turn and fold, hands to the floor, back to runner's lunge. Come to tiptoes behind you. Strong press into the floor with the hands. Pull or slide left foot back, plank, and then complete your series. Meeting together in downward facing dog. Just take the pathway you'd like to get here. A breath or two once in down dog, then we'll do some floor work. So I'm just going to gently, slowly come down to your knees. Sit back briefly in hero so you can sit off to the side. So you can bring the legs around to the front. Scoot forward so you're sitting perhaps in the center of your mat so you can roll onto your back. Yeah, I think everyone has a blanket. If you don't have one, I'll get you one. You can even use that as padding underneath you if you need it. Once you're on your back, you can hug knees in. Do a little movement here. First, you might just get reconnected with your breathing, and then add movement. All right, let's set up for bridge pose. Plant the feet into the ground. Now the feet and knees can be hip distance apart. You can certainly take the feet a little bit wider. That's been my choice here. It just gives me a bit more space in my back and my hips. When you're ready, take a breath in, fill up your lungs, and then you can exhale using that as energy now to lift your hips up off the ground. You choose how high you want to go. You can just lift a little bit, maybe slide a block or even your bolster underneath you to sit on, or even use your hands to sit in, or just continue rising until your hips come to a natural stop, creating a back bend variation. And to open up chest a bit more if you'd like, you can rock your upper body left and right several times. Get your shoulders a bit more underneath you, even your arms, so you feel a little bit more open across the chest from shoulder to shoulder. For a good support of the upper body, you might bend your elbows so your arms are at 90 degrees, so you can push down into the floor with the backs of your arms, yes, so you can keep the upper body lifted. So as we hold and breathe, just notice the sensations in the front half of the body. Maybe your thighs, again around the belt line, low belly, chest, shoulders, and then even underneath you. Hamstrings might be engaged, glutes, and even your back. One more breath. With that exhale, start to soften a little bit. Just lower the hips slightly. Then wiggle the feet forward a little. Extend your arms into the air to release the shoulders from underneath you. And then roll your way all the way to the ground. Soft landing. Then extend your arms behind you, legs out in front of you. Just for a little bit of a stretch. We're going to stay here for a few more postures, getting a little bit more into the hips and into the inner legs a little bit. So let's bring the right knee up to chest. Just catch it in your hands. And just kind of draw it up towards your upper body. A light stretch here. And then send this right knee to the right side of the room. Okay? You might even just let it rest in your hand. Let me see if I can explain this. So keep the right elbow bent so it lands on the floor. Keep palm open so your knee, that bent knee, just kind of sits in your hand, if that makes sense. So you can just kind of hold there so you get this light stretch in the inner leg. Now you could take it closer to the floor for a deeper sensation, but not necessary. Just an introduction of a stretch in the inner leg. That knee just kind of sitting in the hand for now. Make it light and easy, not stressful. 2 more breaths. And we'll just bring it back up to center. Go ahead and set the foot onto the floor. Extend the leg out in front of you. And just bring both arms just down by your side like you're in Shavasana. Let everything just relax, release. As if you were here for Shavasana at the end of the practice. Really allowing the body to resettle and to reset And then we'll do the other side. So let's carefully bring left knee in, catch it in your hands. First, just draw it up towards chest. Not too strong of a pull. And that inner leg stretch. So send the left knee out to the left side. Let that left elbow touch ground. Open your palm so your knee sits in the hand. Light stretch. It may not feel like much, but it is doing something. The more that you can feel relaxed in stretches like this, then the body will respond to that. If you pull or push too hard, our muscles tense up rather than relax. So if we can get into a place of that mild ease of a stretch, then it's more likely to stretch. All right, just 2 more breaths here. And same thing, we'll just bring it back up to center and then relax into Shavasana. So extend the leg down to the floor, arms down by your side, take a breath. Exhale, letting it go. All right, now we've come to this bit of relaxation, but it's time to fire up the body again, going to boat pose. So you're going to bring both knees into chest this time. Carefully rock your way up to seated. If that's too much, you can certainly roll to your side like this and press yourself up to seated. If your back is a little sensitive today. You know all those great variations of boat. I typically start here. Knees bent, heels on the floor, sitting up tall, straight up and down. Inhale to get that lift and length. Fill the lungs. Exhale through the mouth to engage, yes, the abdominal muscles, and then lean back a little or more if you want more tension. Heels can stay on the ground, or if you walk your heels towards yourself and lean back, you're going to find a balance, and the heels will naturally lift. You can be here, or you can lift them a little higher, or extend the legs. You can point your toes, you can flex your feet, you can free your hands, or hold on. Okay, lots of variations. Okay, we're going to move from here, breathe in. Exhale, cross legs if you can, hands in front, then hop back to plank, or hands to your side, unfold your legs, get them back behind you, plank pose. Take your time. From here, let's all just take a shortcut to down dog, soft knees, hips to sky. Settle in, arriving by adjusting feet and hands, and we'll continue. Here, we'll inhale, extend right leg into the air. Feel the extension. We're going to open the hip, bend your right knee, bring your heel down towards backside. A slight lift of knee. Just notice that sensation. It creates a bit of a twist, a little opening in the hips. Let's add one more movement by creating a circle in the air with your knee. It could be a big circle. It might be a little circle. Okay. Go one direction and then the other direction just to open up the hip socket where the leg connects to the pelvis. That's it. Take a breath in. On the exhale, we'll stop that and then step forward, right foot to the top of the mat or behind the right hand, left heel to the earth, grounding and balanced. Float up, first warrior. Exhale, opening, warrior 2. Settle in. We're just going to keep this moving. Side angle, reach out. Rotate the arms. Reach high and low. Still moving, breathe in. And our exhale, turn, fold, hands to the floor, tiptoes behind you. Slide right foot back, plank, pause. Shortcut to down dog, soft knees, hips to sky. Okay, same instructions for the other side. Inhale, extend left leg into the air, reach and hold for a second, bend and twist, bending the knee, that's fine. Heel down, lifting the knee, a little twist, opening the hip. Let's really open that hip and leg socket by circling or create a circle in the air with the knee, one direction, then the other direction. You choose how large or small you want to draw that circle. Okay. Inhale at the top. Exhale, unwind, step through, left foot to the top of the mat, right heel to the earth, grounded, balanced, float hands up, warrior 1 when you're ready. Exhale, opening to warrior 2. Quick adjustment. Side angle reach. Yes. Rotate arms. Reach high and low. Opening. Still moving. Breathe in. Exhale, turn, fold, hands to the floor. Tiptoes behind you for runner's lunge. Slide left foot back, plank. You can still take a shortcut here if you want, or finish the full vinyasa or a variation of choice to get you to down dog. A breath or two in down dog. Let's go back to standing. So a full breath in. Exhale, walk, step, or hop. Both feet up to the top of the mat will be in forward fold. And then shift weight into your heels. Bend your knees to lower hips. We'll inhale, come all the way up to standing. Yep, reaching high. And exhale, arms down to your side. Good. All right, take a moment. Check in. How do you feel? Get some water. Check in with your body. Okay, as you're doing that, we're gonna do a tree pose. Let me just show you. We're gonna get into tree. We'll do tree. And as we get out of tree, we're gonna swing that knee forward, lift it, catch it, and just do another circle, kind of like what you did in that down dog. Okay, just circle it one direction and then the other direction. Just kind of do it in a balancing posture. Okay. All right. So let's find mountain pose, grounded on 2 feet, balanced on 2 feet. Soft knees. Start shifting weight into your right foot. Root and connect. Inhale, feel tall, breath rising to fill lungs. Exhale, engage your core. We'll pick up the left foot, flexing the foot, swing it out. Okay, that's already a hip opener. And then placing foot on the inside of your standing leg. So high, medium, that's below the knee, or use the floor. And when you're set, inhale, extend your arms into the air. Reach. Okay, this might be the first movement. You can even change your arm posture, even if you bend your elbows, but stay active in your arms and hands. Okay? Focus is forward or drop your eyes down low. Engage core. Yes. Let's keep the arms as they are. Let's swing left knee forward, lifting knee, flex foot. We're going to catch it in the left hand. Let's bring the right arm out to the side, just for balance, in a circle. Couple times one direction, then try the other direction. Yes. And as you bring it forward, we'll set it back down. Bring both arms up just for a little rebalance, then arms down to your side. Shake out the shoulders, shake out the foot you were just standing on, okay? Check in with your toes. We'll do the other side. Mountain pose, balanced on 2 feet. Good balance. Soft knees, shifting weight into left foot. We'll inhale, we'll get tall. Fill the lungs, exhale, core engagement. It's just our setup so we can pick up right foot, bending the knee, maybe a flexed foot here. Swing the knee out, just give it a little poke and it moves. Okay, and then place the foot on the inside of your standing leg, high, medium, or low. You can always use the floor. Then inhale, reaching up. Maybe straight up at first, maybe close to the ears, then you can open it up or bend elbows. Just active with body, with breath. Focus is active. You're looking forward or down. Yes, there you go. All right, let's keep the arms as they are. We'll swing right knee forward. I'm sorry, left knee. No, it is right knee. Right knee forward, lifting. Catch the knee, circle, arm out to the side just for balance. A couple times one direction, try the other direction. Still keeping that focus. We just added movement, really. As you bring it forward, we'll release it down to the floor. We'll take both arms up. We're going to flow from here. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Hands to the floor. Hop, step, or walk feet back. Plank pose. Come down if you'd like to. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And then finishing in down dog. Let's do a different lunge sequence once you've made it to your down dog. Inhale, extend right leg into the air. We'll keep it straight. We're going to high lunge. Exhale, right foot forward, landing. Left heel stays lifted. We're shifting the weight back towards that lifted left heel. Again, still needing to find balance so we can float the hands either out or forward and then up. Same thing, we're going to reach high, lunge low. Just relax the arms just for a moment so you can just kind of check in with this sensation. If you want a bit more, same thing, we're just going to wiggle the toes forward a little bit and then just kind of slowly sink into it. Not too forcefully, okay? for that left hip flexor. Hugging inner legs towards each other, a little squeeze so you feel activated to stay balanced. All right, we're going to inhale, take the arms up. Listen closely. You're going to exhale, fold. Bring your hands or fingertips to the floor initially. Okay? And then bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot. You're going to heel toe your right foot off to the side, out of the way. We're going to bring the left knee down to the floor. Now, I didn't have you get your blanket in a spot where you can easily grab it because mine is not easily grabbable. But you may want to use your blanket, if you like, just for a little padding for your left knee. Okay, just here. And to help you get situated with this front foot, it's out to the side so you have some space, even out pointing, okay, at a corner or angle. So you have some space here. We're going to inhale, get tall. Okay, lengthen the spine like you're coming forward towards me. Then exhale, maybe you step forward and just let the hips fall forward and sink slowly and gently. Okay? Now here's where you really need to listen to your body, feel into this particular pose because it can be pretty deep. Okay, for some. You might be able to stay on your fingers or your palms. You might even be able to come down lower to your elbows. Elbows to the floor. If that's too low, maybe a block can assist you. Once you've kind of found your position, because we're going to hold this for a little longer, feel free to add a little movement. I think of it as a little massage quality. At any point where it may feel like you've been here long enough or you've gone a little too deep, soften it up. Maybe if you're on your elbows, come onto your hands. Or if you're sinking too deep, too low in the hips, just back out of it a little bit. Soften it up. So we're not triggering that stress response. But again, we're finding that place of relaxation, ease, so you do feel the stretch. Good, everybody. So we're working the left leg that's behind us, really getting into that hip flexor a little bit more. That right leg also getting a significant stretch in the inner leg and hip. 2 more breaths. Since it's a deep sensation, we want to take our time even getting out of the pose. If you made it down to your elbows, come back up onto your hands. So you can push into the floor and start pulling the hips away from the floor, pulling up and then back slightly. Here's what we'll do. You kind of lean over to your left so you can swing or slide this right foot back so you're on your hands and knees, like so. And just come to this little tabletop posture. And then cat-cow. Inhale, cow, that's the back bend. Exhale, cat. Just a few times. All right, let's get set up for the other side. Tuck your toes and lift knees away from the floor or blanket. You can keep the blanket there or move it out of the way. We'll inhale, extend left leg into the air. Briefly hold for the extension. We're going to high lunge. So left foot comes forward. Right heel stays lifted, shifting the weight back. Find balance and then rise up. Take your time. Reaching into the air, both arms reach high, lunge low, just so you can feel the initial settling into the posture, knowing that we're going to be going deeper as we get the knee to the floor eventually. Just bring the arms down for a moment, just to relax. Maybe wiggle the toes forward, so you can just settle in. And again, the hip flexor stretch, hugging inner legs in for some more support. Feeling engaged, even engage belly. Okay, we're going to inhale, both arms up. Exhale, carefully fold, maybe land on fingertips. As you're going to bring left hand to the inside of the left foot. Let's bring right knee down to the floor or blanket. Then start heel-toeing that left foot off to the side. It might even just walk right off the mat. Keep it out at an angle. This just gives you a little bit more space in the inner left leg. Push into the floor with fingertips or palms so you can lengthen the spine with an in-breath and exhale as if you're going forward, leading with your heart. Just let the hips slowly sink. Take your time. Again, really listen closely to your body. Breathe with a little bit more intention, even a bit more sound, just to keep you connected here. Add movement if it feels good. If you choose to go a little bit deeper, go slowly. At any point, when it's time for you, your body, to soften, then soften. Relax, ease it up a little bit. There you go. Good, everybody. About 3 more breaths. And again, we're just going to take our time to come out of this pose. If you made it down to your elbows, slowly come back up onto your hands. Pushing into the floor so you can lift the hips. Slowly pull back away from the ground. Lean a bit to your right, maybe step the hands to the right a little bit so you can slide this left foot back so you can come to hands and knees. And just align yourself on your mat so you're in a tabletop posture. And just add your cat-cow here. And we'll return to down dog. You may want to move your blanket out of the way if you're using it. Alrighty. From down dog, inhale, extend right leg up. We're going back to a high lunge. Right foot to the top of the mat. Left heel stays lifted. Shift weight back. Find balance. Rise only when you're ready. Reaching up. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep reaching up. We're lunging low. We're actually hugging the midline to feel strong here. I'm just wiggling my foot forward because I want to get a little bit more into this lunge here. Okay, keep reaching up high energetically. Inhale with that reach. Exhale, keep reaching up, but bend left knee. Coming down, just tap the floor. Once you tap it, come right back up. Okay, make that sound effect. And then extend the legs. Once you get tall, you're going to pivot or turn left heel to the floor. You'll turn as well. Bring arms to parallel. We're set for a triangle. We're just going to add that hamstring stretch. Reaching out. Rotate here. Good. We're not going to be here too long. Just throwing in a new pose. Yes, love that. Good. Again, just like those side angles, you don't have to touch the floor. If your hand can be at your shin, knee, or thigh. Okay. As long as you feel a good or nice stretch, not forced. In this little hip movement since we're sideways. Okay, coming out of the pose, bend the right knee first. Lunge. Come up, pass through warrior 2, reverse your warrior. Reach up, slightly back, just to open up that right side for a moment. Good. Little side opening. And we'll cartwheel out of the pose. Both hands down to the floor. We'll tap or slide right foot back, plank. Finish the sequence here if you'd like. Meet in down dog. All right, same thing, other side when you're ready to move. And inhale to extend left leg straight up and back. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat, setting up for high lunge. Right heel is lifted. Find center and balance. Float up. Once you're here, engage, reach, lunge, hug to midline. I'm wiggling my foot forward. Same thing, just want to get a little bit more in my lunge here. energetically reach up so you keep this height. Inhale with that. Exhale, start bending right knee. Just tap the floor, make a sound effect. Yep, coming back up, straighten the legs. Pivot right heel to the floor, turn sideways, arms to parallel. If your feet feel too far apart, you can always shorten that distance, and then your triangle. Reach out, rotate here. Yes, feel into this. And again, soften it up, knowing you don't have to go down too low. We're just getting a light stretch. Up and down the back of the leg. Wonderful. Good balance here too. Alrighty. Coming out of the posture, let's start by bending the left knee. Just gives us leverage so we can get out of the pose. Lifting up, then reverse your warrior. Left hand into the air. Maybe somewhat behind you if that feels okay. Opening up the side body. Then our cartwheel out of the pose. Hands to the floor. Plank pose, slide left foot back. Finish your sequence. Shortcuts, okay. Arrive in down dog. Just take a breath there. And then come down to your knees for hero. If that's too much to hold, take a regular seat. We're going to demonstrate the next thing. You'll need some space on either side of you or in front of you. Okay, if you use the front of your mat, you might fold your mat in like this. Okay, you're going to place one knee on your mat, the other knee on your blanket. So you do need a blanket if you don't have one. We're going to frog pose. This is where I kept debating getting a bolster, because you can use a bolster for this too, okay? The bolster would just be right here, okay? So for frog, take it slowly, carefully, easily. I'm using the blanket on the floor so you can slide, okay? And just slide out a little bit. This could be the end of your pose for a light stretch on the inner leg. Let's check in with alignment. The knee is coming directly out of the hip, straight line, ankle directly behind the knee. So you have kind of this frog leg, okay? And just slowly slide. Again, a bolster can be here, just for a little padding. Elbows on the floor or just kind of draped over the bolster. You can certainly go lower if your body allows, but just don't overstretch, okay? Let me just show you one other little thing as far as sensation is concerned, because we're all going to be a little different as far as that sensation is concerned. Because some of you may feel something, some of you may feel nothing, okay? Or very little. Now, I'm going to exaggerate this. Now, for me, if I get here and I have those alignments, I feel this, okay? But I'm not going to feel it if I'm way out here, okay? It's a different sensation. I don't feel this in my hips. If my heels are together back there and I'm sitting back, again, I'm not really feeling this, okay? So those frog legs, finding that sweet spot where, okay, there's sensation, that's where I'm going to be, all righty? Okay. Everyone get a blanket? So find a spot that gives you some room to slide. That might be the front of your mat or the side of your mat. One knee on your mat, one knee on your blanket. And just come out a little bit, slide a little bit, so you can just kind of set up the sensation, the angles for your knee, ankle, hip. Okay, there you go. Anyone want a bolster? I can grab one. If you want to use that just for another place of support, because you're going to hold this for the next 15 minutes. No, I'm kidding. But you might be in a class where you might hold this for 15 minutes, okay? Like yin yoga, for example, okay, where you probably would put a bolster or something underneath you to lie on, because you want in yin, you want your body to relax, disengage the muscles, so those stretches like we're talking about happen without tension, okay? There you go. Evil yoga. Not yin, right? I know. How can this be relaxing? That's why we need more pillows and blankets and fluffy things for a pose like this, okay? Anybody know the name of this posture in Sanskrit? Savage, is that what you said? Savage?
Savajasana.
Savage, right. Torturasana. Is it what? Is it over yet asana? That's a good one. That's close. Who's using one of our studio mats? There's a picture of something on it. There's a picture of a frog on it.
They'll find it right.
Of course, it's behind you, right? Do you know the name of these mats? Manduka. Yeah, these are Manduka mats. So this is Mandukasana. All right, is that 15 minutes yet? Yes. 3 more breaths.
The question is, can you walk after this?
Yeah, good question, right? Okay, it's intense, just like some of the other postures, those deep lunges, they're intense. So slowly, carefully come out of the posture. So you need to engage belly, engage the legs so you can slide back in, come back onto your mat, move slowly, take your time. Okay, you might even sit back in a child's pose or just get into maybe a position that feels nurturing, that feels good, okay, after being in, when do we get out of this asana pose? Good. Okay, that nurturing pose might be child's pose. So if you happen to be there, and I'll instruct from there. You can be in any pose, though, that feels nurturing, feels good, like a little bit of relief after that pretty intense inner leg stretch. All right, 3 more breaths, but if you need more time in your nurturing pose, stay there. So we're going to come back up to seated and just make your way to cobbler's pose or bound angle pose. Alrighty, so bound angle and cobbler's pose, it's the same posture, just has 2 names. So it's just seated, and we'll bring the soles of the feet together. Depending on how this feels on your knees, you can certainly bring the heels in closely. Okay, that's a little bit more bend in the knees if that's uncomfortable. Slide the feet forward, taking some of that bend out of the knees. You can just sit up tall, or feel free to get tall in the upper body. Inhale to get there. Exhale, a little core engagement for support. And maybe hinge forward just a little bit until you start to feel sensation. We're not going to be here too long. A light stretch. You've already done some intense stretches already. So just a light stretch. Now, knowing that this is the seated version of bound angle, we know there's a lying down version, which we'll do next. So Baddha Konasana, Baddha just means bound. Binding because we're holding on to our feet or ankles with our hands. That's the binding part, Baddha. Konasana, Kona just means angle. Asana, pose or to sit. 3 more breaths. If you are folded or hinged over, okay, if your back is rounded, you might lift the chin to help re-extend spine and then hinge your way back up into your tall. Okay. And we'll position ourselves so we can lie down. Once again, carefully, you might bring the knees in with you here. All right, set your left foot down onto the floor, then extend that leg or keep it bent. Okay, we're going to bring that right knee in. Kind of repeat a little bit what we did earlier, where we took that right knee out to the side. Hold it there if you'd like, or take it a little further to half happy baby pose. And so that's just kicking that foot up towards ceiling. Slide that hand up so you can grab hold of the sole of the foot. If you can't quite reach it, hold your ankle or somewhere lower, or go back to that original pose we did earlier in the practice. So slightly more intense, but kind of resembles or mimics that kind of lizard pose we did, that lunging, that standing lunge, a deep lunge we did earlier. But again, we're not going to hold this too long. Just a couple more breaths. We've already done the intense work. Just giving a little follow-ups here. Let's go ahead and release this right leg. Come to Shavasana for a few seconds so you can feel the body reset. We'll do the other side. So hug left knee in. The right leg can stay straight or bend the knee. Foot on the floor. Let's take the left knee out to the side. Come to the original pose. Just let the knee rest in your hand. Or half happy baby. Kick the foot up. Slide the hand up. Grab ankle or sole of the foot or heel or big toe. And just hold. Breathe. Feel. And about 3 more breaths. After your third breath, let's just do another quick reset. Just bring that leg down to the floor, quick Shavasana. So we did Baddha Konasana, the seated version. Now we're going to do the lying down version. That's Supta Baddha Konasana. Supta just meaning reclining. Okay, so hug both knees into chest. Okay, swing the knees out to the outside. Bring the soles of the feet together. You can hold on to your feet with your hands. With a little effort, send your heels down towards your pelvis. And your knees push forward towards the front of the room. Kind of mimics you sitting on the floor. This is the official version. Then there's the more relaxed version, which we'll do next. One more breath. Let's take the relaxed version of Supta Baddha Konasana, just setting the feet onto the floor, soles of the feet still touching. Now the knees can just really fall open, a little bit more relaxed. Now if that pulls too much, you can certainly change this posture if it pulls too much in the inner legs there. If you happen to have 2 blocks, you may not have 2 blocks, but you can place, let your knees rest on those blocks, or use a block, maybe a rolled up blanket for the other side, just so that there isn't too much of a pull. So hip openers today with a focus on the inner legs, and we certainly got into the hip flexors a bit. Feel free to stay here a little longer, but you can change this into a twist. Okay, so get into a spinal twist. So you can take one knee, stack it on top of the other. As the knees, for example, point to the left side, your right arm will extend to the right side, or whatever side you're beginning with. Yeah, choosing a variation of that twist that feels good. It could be that windshield wiper twist. Changing the leg positioning. Whenever you feel complete on that first side, maybe 5 breaths, 10 breaths, make your way over to the other side. The body probably already starting to feel relaxed. So we'll just wrap up the movements Guide your bodies into Shavasana or any other relaxing pose just for a few more minutes to complete this practice. So find stillness, find ease in this meditative moment. As you hold here in stillness, just return to the awareness of your breath. Just as you did at the beginning of your practice, a simple awareness that you are breathing. Continue to tune in, go deeper within. And perhaps this practice allowed you to go deeper within, feel more connected, more aware with yourself. As you slowly make this journey back, take 5 slow, deep breaths, just starting to feel the energy of your breath. Prana, this life force, this energy, as it starts to flow through you, rejuvenating, reigniting the body, revitalized. And allow that energy to produce movement in your body. And that movement might come very slowly. That movement might be subtle and may come from deep within. With each breath, let it expand as it finally reaches the surface, the external parts of self, and feel that movement gently return. And once that movement has returned, carefully, slowly roll to one side of your body. You Continue to move in slow motion and guide your way up to seated. Take your time, and once you're here, just sit up tall, feel the lengthening in your spine. Let your shoulders relax. You just keep your hands in your lap or on your knees or thighs, or you can bring hands to heart center. And wherever you are, just take another full breath in and out. And as we come to the close of our practice together, we bow saying, Namaste. Namaste. Welcome, everybody. Great job. Thank you so much for watching and participating in this yoga lesson. To help us with the channel so we can continue to bring you more content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's really appreciated. Namaste.